Hello everyone and welcome back to day 3 of this tournament, SC2Casts.com's first invitational, sponsored and brought to you by SC2Casts.com, your source of info on all the most recent casts, commentators, events, and pro games. Once again, I am your commentator for the tournament, ShikiSC. Check out my channel at youtube.com/ShikiSC. Please subscribe and rate if you do like my content or my casts. It is appreciated that my work doesn't go unnoticed. Anyways, this tournament is also organized and run by starcraftworld.it, so thanks to them for contacting all the pro gamers and setting up the games. And on to day 3, Group A, and this is going to be Game 1 here. We got some ZvZ action here for you. Zerg versus Zerg on Scrap Station will be the first game. And we've got the blue Zerg spawning at the 12 o'clock position here on Scrap Station. MTW Dimaga, one of the more popular Zergs at the moment, and his opponent is going to be the green Zerg spawning at the 2 or 3 o'clock position here on Scrap Station, Omar. And Omar's fairly popular in his country as well, one of the top players from, I believe it's Belgium. If I'm wrong, I will correct myself, but that is what I think it is. And yeah, ZvZ can be, depending on the players, it can be either very stale or it can be a very interesting and high action matchup, as there tends to be a lot of Zergling use early on in the game, and there tends to be a lot of Baneling action very early as well. If it makes it to the mid game, you see a little bit of Roach play, or even if it does make it to Lair Tech, we see a lot of Mutalisk play. So couple very common playstyles that we may see coming. And Dimaga and Omar will surely let us know what they're planning on doing. Looking at the production tab, we've got some gas coming in early for Omar. His Overlord is just making his way into Dimaga's base, and we have no spawning pool for either player yet. Now, in ZvZ, you don't really want to put your spawning pool down first, because whoever puts their spawning pool down first is usually going to come out as the loser. You're better off playing reaction and just getting your economy up ASAP. Now that Dimaga has scouting info on Omar's base, he's going to know that he needs to get his spawning pool up ASAP. His natural expansion is going to be morphing in quite a bit before Omar's, unless Omar plays a one base play, but I don't expect that from Omar the way I have seen him play in his last few games. I expect him to do a natural expansion fairly early as well. Dimaga's spawning pool is quite a bit behind Omar's. Omar's is just finishing, so that is going to mean Omar's going to have some Zerglings out in the field a little bit early, and he's going to have his Queens out early if he chooses to do so. And yes, Queen is in production already at his main base, and his natural, although is not nearly complete at all, about not even 25% of the way done, whereas, yeah, Dimaga's is getting close. So not really much diversification right now, gas-wise. If we look at the resources tab, Omar is a little bit ahead, so he's probably going to have his metabolic boost a little bit earlier than Dimaga, of course, but Dimaga does have the drone advantage right now, and he's even one Overlord up. So really tough to say what's going to happen right now, but I don't expect the game to really get past Roaches, just the way the build orders are going. We don't see a lot of drone production here from Dimaga. We do see a second Queen coming up, but no drones at his natural yet. And yeah, probably just going to see Zerglings and Banelings. And like I said, it can be very stale. I don't know about Zerg versus Zerg. I don't play Zerg in 1v1 that much, but I just think it's probably the most stale mirror match there is. And these two Zerglings don't have metabolic boost upgraded, so on the creep they're not going to be much faster than the Queens or drones. So they are going to get in and around the base. They're going to get some scouting info off. Baneling Nest is coming down here for Dimaga now, and Omar looks like he's just about to put his up, playing a little bit of reactionary as well. Now that he sees the Baneling Nest is coming up for Dimaga, he knows he's got to get his up. Metabolic boost is actually very, very equal on research times. But once again, Dimaga, if you look at the resource tab, has quite a bit more gas. Not quite a bit more, but enough to make a big difference in Baneling play, that's for sure. Dimaga is keeping up on his spawn larva. No creep tumors really going down right now, but yeah. Oh, here we go. Omar's putting up a spine crawler at the natural expansion for his base. which probably means he's going to play a little bit more defensive. And there's already Zerglings in the base of Omar for Dimaga, so if he does choose to come and check this out and see that, he's going to know that he can play a little bit more aggressive. He can choose to bypass this completely and go straight for the main base, which is probably what he'll want to do. Omar's Queen getting off the creep here, being so slow right now. And a couple pot shots in on his Overlord, but needs to get back on that creep. Baneling's being morphed in here for Omar, but very, very bad positions for that to be happening. Queen caught off the creep by all these Zerglings, getting taken out, and the Banelings are all but 2 destroyed. And Dimaga seems to have almost 16 Zerglings here now in the base of Omar, and bypassing that Spine Crawler, kind of a waste, and these 2 Banelings just blowing up on a couple Zerglings. Waste of Zerglings, and that is going to force Omar to GG. So Dimaga does take game 1, and game 2 looks to be on Metalopolis. Loser picks map, so Omar chooses Metalopolis. And yeah, Dimaga up 1-0, so stay tuned for game 2.